Lober. We salute your sacrifice that you make for us and for this farm.
Bring some organs! Is this the bomb? Is this the bomb? The fuzzy stuff! There's no fuzzy stuff!
Mom!
He's coming down, he's coming down, he's coming down.
You got it.
Mom, why would you do this? It's upside down! It's upside down!
Play W, baby, play W.
My people, if you have not seen the stuff that I'm going to be talking about tonight, I promise by the end of this stream, your mind is going to be blown, alright? This is insanity. The kind of stuff I have gone down the AI/machine learning rabbit hole over the last week, and it is so unbelievably impressive. Alright, I've done stuff like AI stuff before in the past on this channel. I think the first thing I did was when I let an AI decide what Em and I would be doing on like a day on our perfection farm on Stardew Valley. Like that was like the first thing. I did some like AI art stuff a little bit ago. Even on just my last stream, we went to DALL-E 2 and we did Can You Tell the Difference Between Real Art and Fake Art? And man, I wish I did that video like a week later, because somehow since that time, it has gotten unbelievably insane. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll get to see. I'll tell you guys all about it. But man, it's weird. The stream's got a whole like theme to it. I'm probably gonna do some more stuff on this kind of stuff in the future here too. But I'll tell you guys all about it. But first off, I want to say hi to some people because it has been a good like 2 weeks since I've been live. I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas or whatever holiday you guys celebrate, or just December if you don't celebrate anything. But I hope you guys had a great December. Hope you guys have been doing really good. I was home from last Thursday to this Monday. I got to visit my parents, and my sister was home as well from college, so we all got to hang out. That was the longest I've been home in a while. Longest time I've been at the old Rent's house for a long time now. So it was a good little escape from getting to do all my normal stuff and getting to hang out with them. Played games like every single night. A lot of fun. Bought my dad. We kind of got together. My family got together to buy my dad. My mom got him the new Xbox, and my sister got him a game, and I got him Elden Ring. And if you don't know what Elden Ring is, it's like Skyrim, but way, way, way harder. Like, you have to be really particular with your inputs, like when you go into attack, how you attack, what attack you're doing, when you need to dodge, all that. And it's a very, very steep learning curve, so he's been getting better at it. I'm glad he's been getting better at it too, because when he first started, there was a moment where I was worried, like, oh, this is gonna be too tough for him. He's gonna have to return this. He's not gonna have any fun. But he's been learning. He's been learning a lot. He's been training up, and yeah, it was fun getting to play that with them, as well as just a bunch of other games too. Like I have my Oculus. My mom is a fiend at VR. I don't know why she's so unbelievably good at VR. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. So really good time. Hope you guys had a good time too. Yeah, let me say hi to some people here, though, because I haven't streamed for a little bit, so I'll just pick a random spot and start with Lurpa. There she is. Hello, Lurpa. Welcome. Hello to Cubelay. What's up? What's up? Jeffrey Wild. Great to see you. I do have a sister. Yes. She's, I think, my only family member that hasn't been in, like, a video or anything, because she's in college, so she's always away. But I've had my mom and my dad and even my grandma in videos before, but sister hasn't made an appearance. As far as I remember, maybe she, like... Oh, she was on my stream once. She was on my stream one time when I waxed my armpits. Before I had any sort of a following, I did a charity stream, and that was one of the rewards. And I waxed my armpits, and she helped wax my left armpit. So that was her contribution to my stream. Anyway, what was I saying before any of that weirdness? Mystic, hello to you. What's up? Ace of Spades. Hello, hello, hello to David Johnson. Welcome back. What's up, Linda? Ben Weaver, great to see you. Fun fact, if you're in one of his videos, then your family. Wow, you sound like Vin Diesel. Thank you for being here, Ben. Great to have you, man. Azariaria? Dude, I messed it up last time, too. Well, I'm gonna call you Azza. Azza from now on, or yeah, Azza. That's the best I could do. Azza, welcome. Hello to Ultra Random. What's up, what's up? Shin Tsukimi? Awesome name. Love that. Welcome. Hello to Robert. Feeling good, man. Feeling good. It's been a while, but I'm happy to get back into it. Venice, hello to you. Hello to Anthony Baroni. Hello to FMP. What's up with you? Hello to Olivia. What's up, Xander? Hello to Mecky, Courtney, Lacey Lou, Foxy Whiplash. Great to have you in here as well. Felix, Sawyer the Lumberjack. That's an awesome name. First stream. Glad to be here. I'm glad you are here, Sawyer. Welcome, welcome. Hello to Rainbow Blep and Slay and Whitney and Ed. There he is, the Elden Ring carrier himself. AVOI, what's up? Fruge, PopJX, Lepty, good to have you back. Second Kenneth, hello, hello, what's up? Tristan, Kika, and I'm sorry, I probably missed a ton of people as well. I probably missed so many people, but I really do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. We've got a lot of fun stuff tonight. Let me tell you guys, it's the theme of the night. I haven't ever had like a stream that's like a theme, really. I don't think there's probably been a couple of streams where I've done like just one thing, but I'm doing a couple of different things here. But the theme of the night is AI and machine learning, because I have to give credit where credit is due. First, to my mom for introducing me to this. Out of all people to send me down this rabbit hole, I don't have TikTok anymore because it was making my little monkey brain. I was using it too much, so I just got off of it because I was doing it too much. But my mom actually has some level of self-control, so she has it, and she found this guy whose name is Riley Brown. Okay, his TikTok account is, his name's Riley Brown, but let me see what his actual name is. His TikTok, I think it's Tech and Trends. I think it's Tech and Trends is what he is on TikTok, but Riley Brown, if you search him up, that'll come up. He is a guy that basically covers a bunch of stuff about AI. He only started posting videos like a month ago, so my mom has watched through all of his videos and was just absolutely astonished at the kind of stuff that AI is capable of doing. So we've done like DALL-E on this channel before, but it's gotten even better than that. So the one thing that everyone's talking about right now is a program, I guess, called ChatGPT. You're going to get to see that tonight. ChatGPT, if you guys remember my DALL-E streams, I guess I'll explain what DALL-E is first because I think it's easier to explain that. DALL-E is a program where you can type in literally anything. You can say a monkey riding a unicycle doing his taxes wearing a red fez. And the computer, DALL-E, understands all of those individual things, like what it is. It was trained using those little captchas where it says like select the house with a roof or a whatever it is, you know. They train to recognize what images are. Now it's doing it the opposite way. Now it's taking your text and it's turning it into images. It knows what all those things are, and it knows what context those things belong, and it combines it. And if you remember from my DALL-E video we just did, it does it pretty good. Not quite indistinguishable from humans, but it does it pretty good. Well, there's a couple of other ones besides just DALL-E that have gotten even better now. But besides that, that's sort of like what DALL-E is. Now, the same people, OpenAI, that made DALL-E 2 have also created a language-based learning model, which is called ChatGPT. And so ChatGPT, you can type in some sort of prompt, tell it what you want it to do, and it will do it for you. I'm going to fully explore this as the very first thing that we're doing. You have to kind of see it to really understand it, so I don't want to give too much away. But you can have it generate text from scratch, or you can feed text into it, and you can say, like, summarize this thing for me, or you could say, like, come up with a nickname for a racehorse that has superpowers, and it'll give you, like, the mystical mare, and, like actually really, really good stuff, like, would probably pass the Turing test if you know what that is, right? So, anyway, all this to say, crazy program, lots of applications. That's like what we're doing for the first 30 minutes or so of this stream when we get into it, is looking into different applications of that and what it can do. And then I have a ton of video ideas I'm going to do over the next like month or so with that, but that's kind of just like a first look at ChatGPT. So that's one of the things. Another one that's sort of in the same vein as the image processing software, DALL-E 2 was, up until like 2 weeks ago, kind of the best image processing device. But now there's another one that has been out for a while, but it's called Midjourney, M-I-D Journey, Midjourney. And that one wasn't really the best, it was really good, but they just came out with their 4th version of it, and it is unbelievable. And there's no way that words can describe how insane this is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys my new wallpaper that I created in Midjourney. And I will have plenty of different videos where we fully utilize this tool as well, but I just kind of want to share my excitement with this, with you guys about this right now first. So I went, it's all done in Discord, but basically all you need to know is I created this prompt. I did it with M, but we created this prompt where it said, an astronaut floating in rainbow space, dark background, HD, high detail. And this is what it came up with. Look at this. Look at this thing, man. Here's a full-scale version of it. Let me find it. Oh, it's in my downloads folder. Dude, isn't that... Here's a full version of it, because I kind of cropped it to be my wallpaper. Look at the detail on this thing, man. The lighting on the clouds. It is genuinely beautiful. Like, not by a computer standard beautiful. This is just a beautiful piece of artwork. I showed this to my mom, and her first reaction was, "Is that you in the spacesuit?" But besides that, it's actually so crazy. Now, I am realizing right at this very second that this visor right here, I don't know why the visor's on the back of him, because I'm pretty sure his feet are pointed the other way. But besides that, it is so cool. So cool. Maybe maybe he's just wearing his helmet backwards. He's a little goofy, all right? So, like, that is the level of impressiveness that we're going to dive into today. Really, really insane stuff. AI has been around for a really long time. It's always been something that's interested me. And I really think that the future of humanity is going to lie in automation, just in general. But this is the first time I have ever actually found practical use for AI. And here's an example of that as well. Let me try to pull this image up real quick. Sorry, I should have had this prepared ahead of time. I'm gonna have to open up Photoshop because I didn't save this image individually. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this is the first time where, like, some sort of AI application has come out and there is an actual use for it. Not just like, oh, that's kind of funny to mess with, or that's kind of nifty. You know, it's genuinely, like, crazy. So I'll show this. Here's my example of that. This is the thumbnail for the stream today. This image was created by Midjourney. I upped the saturation a little bit, but like, this is the original image created by Midjourney. I typed in like, what would I type in? Menacing looking robot looking at camera, glowing blue, HD hyper realistic. I am not joking. I am seriously not joking, and you will absolutely get to see applications of this. Like, and if you want, you can mess with this. This is the kind of thing where as soon as you do it, you mess with it for hours. I am not joking. This is... Do I have the variations of it? I could try to find variations quick, but I think it's so long ago now. Alright, I kind of lost it because it's all just done in Discord. So I'll show you. Here's like the Discord channel where, like, these are just all things that people are spitting out. You know, this guy typed in Elon Musk and this is what came up. But you can do really, like, specific things. You can say... logo anime, Arab young man, man bun, round glasses, white background. And then it's like, okay, here's 4 of those. And then if you want variations of any of those or upscales of any of them, you can do that. This is all beside the point. This is all so beside the point. I'm getting sidetracked here. I didn't want to talk about any of this because Midjourney isn't even one of the applications that we're going to be using in tonight's stream. But it's still like a similar level of mind blow, I think. I will say this is one quick story before we actually dive into it. I got this DM from M earlier. This is, I was teaching M about this yesterday, and this is what she said to me. I got this image, and accompanied with the text, "Why can't I save this? Never mind, I got it, heh. My fiance has unlimited power. She has the ability to do anything. Anything her mind desires. Any artistic rendering that she would like to bring into this world. And what's the first thing she does? She renders out a grumpy image of her 14-year-old blind cat sitting in a field of flowers." So with that said, let's get into our first little segment here. This is free. Everything I'm about to show you tonight is free. Midjourney is a free trial. You get like 20 or 30 images or something like that, and then it says, hey, you got to pay monthly. But I honestly don't tell anyone. I made a second Discord account, and then you can just get more free stuff. So, Irish Viking, thank you so much for the 13 months. I really appreciate that. So I'm gonna say this just for the YouTube video again here, but oops, sorry. Let me chat.openai. I'll say this just for the YouTube video, but. The first video that we're doing is going to be called "I Asked a Computer to Explain String Theory." And so Yeah, here we go. This is insane. Oh my god, dude. I can't wait to delve into this. Did I say thank you, Irish Viking, for the 13 months? I really appreciate it. Again, if you don't think that AI is taking over, your opinion will be changed by the end of this video. Because this is ChatGPT. I'm going to slide myself over here. Also, Queen Vic, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate it. 10 months already. Crazy. This is ChatGPT. Now, for me to explain what this is to you, I think it would be better if ChatGPT explained what this is to you. Could you... Yeah, I'm going to make this bigger, too, because I know people are watching on mobile. I'm literally... You could type in anything here. So, this is the example that they give you. You could say, give me 5 nicknames for a horse that has superpowers. Thunderhoof, Lightning Gallop, Power Surge, Super Stallion, and the Mighty Equine. So that's already impressive, right? But there's so many more applications of this, but why would I tell you what the applications are when ChatGPT can tell you? What can you do? Give me 10 bullet points. Do you see how fast it works too? As an artificial intelligence, I am designed to perform a wide variety of tasks, including, and we'll go through all these. We're going to go through all these here. This is free. This is free. Although I have realized every time... Here, I'll let this roll out first, but... Look at that. Wouldn't that take 12 seconds? 12 seconds to type this up? We'll go through this in depth then. But I will say also, if you just type in, like, ChatGPT, for some reason, every time I come to this website, it's been saying it's being redirected too many times. That might just be me. But if you type in chat.openai.com, it bypasses that and takes you there. At least that's my experience. David Johnson, thank you for the 7 months. Yeah, it really does feel like it just yesterday. I can't believe it's been 7 months here. So let's see. One of the things it can do is answer questions. I can provide information and assistance on a wide range of topics, from general knowledge to specific subjects like science, history, and mathematics. Let's put that to the test. I'm going to come up here and make a new chat, and I'll ask it, explain string theory to me like I'm 5 years old. Sure. String theory is a way that scientists try to understand the way that everything in the universe works. It's a little bit like a puzzle, and the pieces are things like atoms, which are really small, and the things that make up atoms, which are even smaller. Look at this. This isn't Google. This isn't pulling from some database. It has been trained using hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of pieces of data to understand what is going on. It's a bit of a black box. I read their tutorial and it kind of makes a little bit of sense, but it's still mostly insane. Now here's the problem. Can I get a scientist to tell me if this is right? Because I do not know what string theory is. Sounds legitimate. The strings move around and do different things. Anyone? Just say yeah. The smallest things like atoms to the biggest things like galaxies. Yeah, where's Ben at? All right, Robert476. We're gonna take you at your word. We got the vouch from Robert, so crazy impressive. Go back to here. I'm gonna call this one stream, just so I don't get confused here. This conversation. Strem. All right, so that's one thing. Number 2, generate text. I can write original pieces of text in a variety of styles and formats, including news articles, stories, and descriptions. This was the first application of this that I saw that blew my mind. So let's come up with an original piece of text. Let's say, generate a story about a raccoon who lives in France and is afraid of heights. The raccoon needs to face his fear. I don't even think I typed that well. Let's see if it can interpret that in a way that makes sense. Once upon a time, in the beautiful country of France, there lived a raccoon named Remy. Remy was a plucky little creature with a big heart, but there was one thing that scared him more than anything else. Heights. Despite living in a tree-filled country, Remy had never climbed higher than the first few branches of his home oak tree. That is insane. That line, understanding the fear of heights and overlaying that with a situation where a raccoon would be in a high-up place, it demonstrates such an understanding that it's so human-like. The thought of being up high where he could see everything below him made his fur stand on end and his heart race. But one day, something happened that forced Remy to face his fear. The tree that Remy called home was starting to get old and creaky, and the other animals were worried that it might fall down. Remy knew that he had to do something to save his home, so he took a deep breath and started to climb. At first, it was scary. Remy's paws shook as he clambered up the branches, and he kept having to remind himself to take deep breaths and stay calm. But as he got higher and higher, he started to feel more and more confident. When he finally reached the top of the tree, Remy was amazed by the view. From up there, he could see for miles and miles all the way to the horizon, and as he looked down, he realized that his fear of heights had been holding him back for far too long. The raccoon learned a lesson, people. The raccoon has learned a lesson in the middle of this story written by a computer. From that day on, Remy was no longer afraid of heights. He climbed trees all over France, exploring every inch of his beautiful country and discovering new adventures at every turn. And he knew that he had overcome his fear thanks to the bravery and determination that lived inside him all along. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? If you read the description of this live stream, you will see that I've included the phrase, figured might as well have some fun with the AI before it takes over. I give it a year. I give it a year. Everyone always asks me when I'm going to be done with YouTube. I think when the world ends, when all these, raccoon story writing AIs take over. Insane. What happened? I called this Strem. Why did it go away? Strem. Alright, so that's generate text. This is so crazy. Ask it to tell you a story using only a certain amount of words. Try again, but only use 50 words. Let's really limit it. Remy the raccoon was afraid of heights, but he knew he had to save his creaky tree home. He climbed to the top and was amazed by the view. From then on, Remy explored all over France, no longer afraid of heights. Can you use this website to generate personalized roasts? Well, that's also in the generating text category, so let's see that. Let's see. I want to roast my friend. That's already kind of a tall ask, to have a computer know what it means to roast someone. Let's just say, so let's describe me. He has a dent in his head. He stays inside most of the time, and sometimes he's awkward. Okay, I accidentally roasted myself while doing this, but let's see. Oh, yeah, 43 words. I mean, if you say, like, try again, but use exactly 50 words, it would do it, I bet. It is not appropriate to roast or make fun of someone, especially if it is done or harmful in a mean-spirited way. It is important to be respectful and considerate of others and to treat people with kindness and compassion. Everyone has their own unique qualities and characteristics. It is important to recognize and appreciate those differences rather than make fun of them. Similar to Remy the raccoon, now we have learned a lesson. So wild. So wild. One more. Look at this. Let's do... generate a rap battle between a mortician and a... what other occupation? And a scuba diver. Hold on. Before we look, I gotta lay down a beat. Give me a second. Non-copyright rap beat.
Monkey.
I lay your body down to rest. I'm the one Who gets you dressed? I'll make you look your very best, but you'll never leave my funeral parlor, I'm afraid. I explore the depths of the sea, I break the waves and the currents with glee. I may not have your fancy suit, but I got the skills that you cannot refute. Alright, I'm messing this up. You may have fins and a tank of air, but I've got a degree and years of training to prepare. For the final journey of the deceased, I'll give them a send-off that's sure to please. I may not have a degree, but I've got experience. I feel okay. I'm making myself cringe. That's enough rapping forever, dude. But still, there it is. Like, there's a rap battle between a mortician and a scuba diver. Like, oh my god. Now, if only it could teach me how to rap properly, that would go so far. All right, let's generate is such a large thing too. Let's just see if there's any other like generate things we want to talk about, because I've seen some other things too, but let's do one more. Let's have it write. Someone in the chat asked, can this be used to write school essays? And so the answer is absolutely yes. But the caveat is they have already developed a unique signature within their text generation that makes it basically so that you can't just plagiarize it. Like, they're apparently going to be selling this program that lets you detect if a child in your classroom has just typed something into ChatGPT and just submitted that. But honestly, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. You're going to be able to. Look, I had professors in college that before COVID like graded stuff by hand, and you know, I had a guy that like you had to email your homework to him because he just refused to learn how to use Canvas. So the answer is going to be yes. But let's say anyone got homework? No one has homework. It's Christmas break. Anyone have an essay they just had to write recently on any topic? Like, just say in the chat, type like a topic of an essay you've had to write in the past. This is what a time to be alive. AI generated smooth pickup lines. I'll do that next. Chess? Global warming? Let's do global... we'll do chess, because I like chess. Let's go. Write me an essay about chess. Name as many of the players as you can, and try to talk about one particular game that was great. Try to include a lesson to be learned, and don't be afraid to use humor. That's probably not going to mean anything, but let's just see what this spits out. Chess is a timeless and beloved board game that has been enjoyed by players of all ages for centuries. The game requires strategic thinking and careful planning, making it a challenging and rewarding pastime for those who take the time to learn its nuances. This is already better than anything I've ever written. There are countless notable chess players throughout history, but a few stand out as true masters of the game. Bobby Fischer was a prodigy who became the youngest grandmaster in history at the age of 15. Garry Kasparov is considered one of the greatest players of all time, having held the World Chess Champion title for nearly 15 years. Magnus Carlsen is the current World Chess Champion and has been ranked the highest in the world by the World Chess Federation for over a decade. One particularly memorable game of chess was the Game of the Century, a match played between 13-year-old Bobby Fischer and 55-year-old Donald Byrne in 1956. Fischer, who was considered a chess prodigy, surprised the world by defeating Byrne in what had been described as a tactical masterpiece. Like, I'm learning by this right now. Like, what makes this game so special is not just the impressive victory by a young player against a seasoned opponent, but the way Fischer played the game. Instead of playing it safe and trying to defend his position, Fischer took bold risks and made unexpected moves that ultimately paid off. The lesson to be learned from the Game of the Century is that sometimes taking a chance and going against the norm can lead to a great success. Of course, this doesn't mean... Wait, I gotta read that again. Hold on. The lesson to be learned from the Game of the Century is that sometimes taking a chance and going against the norm can lead to great success. This is a computer teaching us life lessons. Of course, this doesn't mean that we should always take unnecessary risks in life, but rather that we should be open and trying new things and thinking outside the box. Mwah! In the end, chess is more than just a game. It's a mental workout that can teach us valuable lessons about strategy, patience, and the value of taking calculated risks. So next time you're feeling stuck, why not sit down for a game of chess and see where your strategic thinking takes you. That's so impressive. All right, let's continue down this list. We've been on this one point for so long. But if you want to know any of this, I mean, I see World War II, I see Robert Frost, the steam engine, George Washington, global warming. Dude, just go do this. This is so, like, it's open to anyone, you know? So, like, please go do this, because this is in beta, too. Also, is the other thing. This is literally in beta. If you think a real person is typing this, dude, you're crazy. Do you see how fast it's spitting all this out? You think there's just someone that knows all of this? All right, we've got translate languages. I can translate text from one language to another, allowing me to communicate with people who speak different languages. I wanted to test this out, but the only sort of like other language that I know is from this. When we were recording the Stardew Valley trials, I sent t-shirts to all of the participants, and there was a mistake at the t-shirt creating facility in which Habu received a shirt that said the Stardew Valley trials on the back, but this was the front of the shirt. We had no idea what this said, but thankfully, now we can figure it out. We actually did figure it out eventually, but it took a lot of work. But if we knew this, earlier today I went on a website that basically you upload an image and it says what text is in the image, and so this is what the shirt says right here. That's the phrase. And now I will say, translate the following phrase to English. All who are in prison to achieve freedom to laboring people. Which does, I don't know what that means, but that is what the shirt says. When we translated it earlier a few months ago, it translated to death to all who oppose the working class. Was our best translation of it. But even, yeah, so it knows. It knows. All who are in prison to achieve freedom to laboring people. Yeah, Habu calls it his death to all shirt, which I've said, whoa, but, you know. Summarize information. I can condense long text or documents into shorter, more easily digestible suggestions, or summaries. So this is so unbelievably helpful. I'm going to pull up a random article. Let's see. I'm going to pull up just, like, any random article. Oh, here's one. Oh, some Stardew Valley tournament. Cool. Some YouTuber posted it. This is awesome. $40,000. Wow, he sounds cool. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take all of this text. I don't know how to get only the text. Let's just copy it all. Let's not even doing a good job. Let's do that. And let's just paste it in here and just say, summarize the following. Oh, I won't want to do it in this window. Summarize the following transcript, or I'll say article. Summarize the following article in 5 bullet points. So there's the whole article. Let's paste it all in there. But hey, I don't have time to read all this, right? Eric Baroni, the creator of the farming simulation game Stardew Valley, announced a $40,000 prize pool for the game's first official tournament. The tournament will include 4 teams of 4 players each and will feature multiplayer co-op gameplay. Players will be given 3 hours to complete a list of over 100 challenges, including tasks like finishing the craft room and reaching level 120 in the mines. There will be some surprise challenges revealed during the event, and the tournament will take place on September 4th with Baroni and Zach Hartman live streaming and commentating on all the action on Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, you get the gist of it. I mean, there's some more detail here. But if you just want to get, like, the basic gist of something, I've done this, like, 7 or 8 times now, and it does it really accurately. So, some of the Master of the Past said, try to see if you're famous enough, they'll make a story about you. I did try this, of course, egotistically. If anyone that has any level of platform immediately is going to try to Google themselves, right, or try to ChatGPT themselves. And so I did try to do this, but it does say that all of this machine learning was done on information up until 2021. So the cutoff, it has very little knowledge of current events. It has some, like, it knows some stuff that's going on, like it knows a lot about the World Cup, but that's only through, like, since they released this in the beginning of December or whatever, and people have asked it so many questions about the World Cup and given it feedback that it kind of has pieced together what the World Cup is. All this to say, it doesn't know current events, and I didn't have any sort of a following, really, when it was learning all this, so I'm not famous enough, unfortunately. I bet people that were my size in 2021, I bet that knows about them, though. All right, so that's summarized information. Analyze data. I can process and analyze large sets of data. Provide recommendations. I can suggest products, services, or content based on users' preferences and needs. I wasn't planning on talking about this. Let's see that. I'll read that again because I kind of read it super quick. So, provide recommendations. I can suggest products, services, or content based on a user's preferences and needs. So let's go. I need a gift for my friend for Christmas. My friend likes to go outdoors. He is very high energy and he likes games. He is really funny. I'm not describing any particular person, but he is really funny. He doesn't want clothes. I'll just say no clothes. And he his favorite memory is catching a 12-inch carp. Is that a big carp? I don't fish. My budget for the gift is $25 to $50. Give me 6 suggestions. A portable cornhole game set. This outdoor game is perfect for backyard barbecues and camping trips. Frisbee golf set. A camping hammock. Like, it knows. It knows. A deck of cards. Why not a deck of cards? Right? A portable outdoor speaker. And a novelty fish-shaped bottle opener. Like, look, it's not a replacement for thinking as a human, but this would absolutely, like, this could get you thinking like, oh, okay, not cornhole, but I could get him can jam. You know, like, you could really use this, man. And say you don't like any of this. Say you're picky and you don't like any of this and you're not convinced. Regenerate response. Do it again. Do it better. Or just actually, okay, give me the same thing. But you can say try again. You can type try again and give you 6 more. Try again. If you're not convinced, you type try again, give me 6 more. You don't even have to say please. A gift card. A high energy snack. The possibilities are endless here. This is how I'm selecting every birthday gift from now on. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. You can say like, I live in. I'm only gonna say that's down another rabbit hole. Analyze data, provide recommendations. Create content. I can generate original visual content, including images, videos, and graphics. Whoa, I've never done this. Can it do images? It probably is going to use DALL-E, if I had to guess. Generate an image of a monkey riding a unicycle. I don't know why I'm so into that image. I think the reason it said I can do that, I can create original visual content, including images, videos, and graphics. I think the reason it said that is because when it says I think that also means like OpenAI. So like this company can do this, but ChatGPT within this program doesn't do it right now. But it's also a beta, so maybe it will be able to do that. But there we go. There's a limitation. I guess it's all language based right now. But we could still, I mean, write a news article about the 2022 World Cup. It has limited information about current events. I think it knows about the World Cup because so many people have asked about it. So let's see, write a news article about the 2022 World Cup final. Highly anticipated event as fans from around the globe tuned in to see which team would come out on top. The final match was held at the iconic Wembley Stadium in London, and it was a thrilling showdown between 2 of the world's best teams. In the end, it was the Brazilian national team that came out on top. That's not true. Beating their opponents from Germany and a nail-biting 2-1 victory. Okay, so it knows a World Cup, but it doesn't know the right one. So it doesn't know current events. But it's an impressive article. Does anyone know what Germany and Brazil, which World Cup that was? Germany, Brazil 2-1. Or is that the infamous 7 one? The Brazil versus Germany football match that took place in the Netherlands FIFA World Cup quarterfinals? I don't know. It's confused. All right, there's a limitation. Current events. It doesn't like current events. But still, at least the phrasing of the news article is kind of insane. Let's scroll to the top. And the other thing is also, too, like, I'm giving it very, very simple prompts. If you're really specific with what you want, it does better, too. But, wrong World Cup. And then there's other stuff, too. Moderate online communities, assist with customer service, perform research. You know, it's actually insane. And so, has AI taken over? Let's switch back to the full screen for the little video outro. So has AI taken over? No, but it's going to. I think it's finally to the point where it's meaningful. There's been so many things that have come out in the past 5 years or so that have been fun to mess around with. But this is the first time I've ever actually found a use. And I unironically will be returning to this off stream just to do things. It blows my mind. The future is now. Enjoy it before the robots rise up. All right, so that's ChatGPT. Now, I do want to use this for our next thing that we're going to work on. I'm going to drink some water quick. See you, Olivia. Thank you very much for coming. Yeah, that I think, and again, it's all in beta too. And so with the World Cup thing, it's like it's all in beta. And so sometimes it does get information wrong. Now, for the most part, it's really correct. It's the kind of stuff you ask it about plays really, really heavily into it. So stuff that's like heavily researched, like World War II, it like nails. Current events, it's really bad at. And yeah, it will also just like very confidently tell you stuff that like hasn't happened. Like it tries its best to understand. So the way that it works behind the scenes, just for those that are interested, is it tries to generate, it finds like a word, supposedly. I don't know how it does it so well, but it finds, based on the prompt, what word is the most likely to follow the next sentence, and then it picks the most likely word, and then it just like it gives like a weighting to all of the different things that it could potentially talk about. So and it will become much more helpful too. Again, this is like literally, as far as I know, came out like a month ago. It's probably been out since like 2018, but like became popular a month ago. And yeah, it's absolutely wild. But yeah, anyway, it'll just very confidently tell you stuff that's wrong too. If it's really niche information where like it's not heavily researched, it can get it wrong too. But it learns on itself too. So if you just say like this is wrong. That World Cup, the 2022 World Cup was played between Argentina and France. You know, you typed it in, it says, I apologize. So now it'll spit it all out again. It basically almost does the equivalent of like re-rendering, because it thinks everything else is correct. Like this score is still not right, but it takes another stab at it, where it's like, if you can identify like, oh, that's not correct, you can go in and fix it, right? And you can see, like, you can try to figure it out. Like at least here, the French team was led by Mbappe, who is the MVP of France, and Argentina and Messi, and yeah, like, and France didn't end up winning, but it's like close, you know? So like it will learn on itself too. And machine learning is very exponential in the way that it learns everything. So yeah, anyway, let's move on to our next thing. So if you're just joining us, or I'll say this for the video also, if you didn't see all of what we've talked about with ChatGPT on our last video, it is unbelievably amazing. You have to check that out. I want to use this to try to, I want to use this language creation tool. What is it even defined as? A language, what is ChatGPT? Like, how do I sum it up? Chatbot, I guess? I want to try to use this chatbot to do something that is kind of stupid, but I just want to push the limits of like AI in general. I'm going to ask it to generate a podcast between Michael Jackson and Stan Lee, interviewed by Morgan Freeman. Stan Lee and Michael Jackson are no longer with us, so I figured, hey, what better way to get their opinions on things that have happened than, you know, asking the next best thing, a computer bot. So I'm gonna utilize a couple of tools throughout this whole thing. So let me type this. I've already typed up the prompt because I wanted to have the sentence be correct. So if you haven't seen ChatGPT, this will sum it up as quickly as I can. Generate a podcast where Morgan Freeman is interviewing Stan Lee and Michael Jackson. Don't be afraid to use humor. Intro music plays. Morgan Freeman. Welcome to Conversations with Morgan, where we sit down with some of the most influential and interesting people of our time. Today we have had two very special guests, the legendary creator of Marvel Comics, Stan Lee, and the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Woo! Just mind-blowing, still mind-blowing. Morgan Freeman. So gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. Let's start with you, Stan. How did you get into the world of comics and what inspired you to create some of the most iconic superheroes of all time? I don't know what Stan Lee sounds like. I kind of forget.
Well, Morgan, I've always been a big fan of science fiction and adventure stories, and when I started working in the comics industry, I saw an opportunity to create characters that reflected the world around us, but also elevated it to a larger-than-life scale. That's where characters like Spider-Man, the Hulk, and the X-Men came from.
That's pretty good. Morgan Freeman. I have to say Morgan Freeman to get into the Morgan Freeman voice. Morgan Freeman. And Michael, you're no stranger to larger-than-life characters yourself. Can you give us a little bit about your creative process and how you developed your unique style and sound? He got a little southern there for a second.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know what Michael Jackson sounds like.
I've always been a big fan of all different
Types of music. All right, I'm done with the Michael Jackson voice. And I tried to incorporate a lot of those different styles and influences into my own work. I was also really interested in using music and performance as a way to bring people together and make a positive impact on the world. And of course, I always tried to put on a show that was visually stunning and entertaining. Well, it's clear that both of you have had a tremendous impact on the entertainment industry. Stan, how do you feel about the success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the way your characters have been brought to life on the big screen? This is insane.
It's been incredible, Morgan. It's been a dream come true to see these characters that I created all those years ago come to life in such a big way. And the fact that people all over the world have connected with them and embraced them is just mind-blowing to me.
Oh, Stan, you are mind-blowing to me because you're not real. You aren't real. And Michael, what about you? How do you feel about the enduring legacy of your music? It's really humbling to see how my music has touched so many people and inspired so many others to create their own art. It's something that I'm really proud of and grateful for. Outro music plays. Morgan Freeman. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you to Stan Lee and Michael Jackson for joining me on Conversations with Morgan. Until next time, I'm Morgan Freeman, and we'll see you again soon. I mean, it's nothing like insane, but like it knows about these people's lives and it kind of talks in the way that they would to, I guess, like crazy. Absolutely crazy. So now I want to take this to the next level though. So this is just ChatGPT, but I think these AI machine learning programs really start to thrive when you let them work together. And so I'm going to use another program that is also kind of mind-blowing. It's called Voxbox. So I'll open it up and I'll show you guys what this is. Don't judge my voices, okay? I work really hard on them. I've got like 4 voices, man. I've got,
like, for example, this voice right here. This voice is simultaneously my Brooklyn accent, it's my troll that lives under a bridge accent, and it's my Pam voice.
It's all of them together. So like I've only got a couple of voices. I gotta make them count. All right, this program is called Voxbox. And what it does is it's text to speech, but good. You know how for decades, all text to speech has been in a quarter-mile, turn left. Like that garbage, it's gotten better. Now there's like someone on TikTok that it's like, my brother was coming to the bathroom when he slipped and fell, or whatever. You know, like it got better, but it's still really bad. This is really, really good, and it lets you pick specific voices. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, they have a voice for Morgan Freeman, Stan Lee, and Michael Jackson. And so I'm going to run each of those people's text through this, get their voice, and then I'm gonna bring it into Premiere and I'm gonna piece it together so that instead of you having to endure my voices again, we can hopefully hear the voices of these deceased individuals brought back to life. And so, because I have the free version of this, I've got a remaining 5,000 characters to utilize. I want to count... I just want to be selective with, like, I don't want to run everything through in Morgan Freeman's voice. I'm going to go here, I'll paste everything, but then I'm going to get rid of everything that isn't what Morgan Freeman is actually saying. Just like this. But actually, I am thinking ahead here. I'm going to have to open OBS for the next thing I'm doing. All right, so that's Morgan Freeman. This is Stan Lee, so I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to delete that. And Michael, and this is Michael Jackson talking, so I don't want this. I have zero idea if this is going to work. I had this idea earlier today. Oh, see, it only lets you do so much at a time, which is fine, so we'll come back. All right, only lets you do a little bit of time. Let's see, where did I leave off? And Michael, you're no stranger to... Oh, well, it's clear that both of you have a tremendous impact. It's clear that you both have a tremendous... I want to see where I left off. Big screen. It's been incredible. And then he says this. I should just copy it this way, I guess. This will go faster. There. And... finally, Morgan Freeman's outro. Like this. There we go. All right, that's all Morgan Freeman. So now do it in the voice of Morgan Freeman. Also, this program, look at this. All voices. Here's the categories of voices. They've got Barnyard on here. Dude, it's like Ben 10, The Bee Movie, Beavis and Butthead, Breaking Bad, like Cars. They've got so many categories. Look at these voices. Look at how many different famous voices there are. All of these. All of these. That's like half of them. There's so many. So I do want Morgan Freeman, though. Oh, I got rid of my... Okay, I don't think that's going to matter. It got rid of my pauses. It's fine. I'll be able to fix that in post. Let's convert this. It's 1,200 of my remaining 5,000 characters. I'm really trying hard to do this without needing to spend money on it. Could this AI create a B-movie sequel? It could, but do we want that? Now here's also the other caveat. Before you guys listen to the end result of this, it is good. It's not perfect. But there's a lot of tools up here where you can add a pause. You can change the speed at which they say the thing. You can add an emphasis. You can change the way that they pronounce something. You can change the pitch of their voice, the volume for each individual word. And so just know, if you spent the time on this, unlike what I'm doing, you could get it much more accurate than it already is. Let me pause my music and let's listen to this. I'll make sure it's loud enough.
Welcome to Conversations with Morgan, where we sit down with some of the most influential and interesting people of our time. Today, we have two very special guests, the legendary creator of Marvel Comics, and Lee.
Okay, it didn't do Stan Lee that good. It's not horrible. Look, this one is not on the same level as ChatGPT, but it's definitely, if you listen to this...
King of Pop.
And I said, whose
Mitchell
voice
Jackson.
is this? You'd say, oh, it's Morgan Freeman.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining me today. Let's start with you.
It started losing it. It started losing it a little bit at the end there. I am going to export this to my computer because I'm going to bring that into Premiere later. This may be a little bit rougher than I thought it was going to be, but it's okay. I'll make up for it. I've got a thing that can make up for it. Oh, what the heck? I want to do that. There we go. Okay, sure. Just put it there. Why not? I just have to remember that for later. This file path. Confirm. Cool. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. We'll find out. Let's just do the other characters too. I don't know why he's just like had a stroke in the middle of it. Let's bring the music back too. Let's try to do the Stan Lee parts. So here's one thing from Stan Lee. And then here's another thing. And that's all that Stan Lee says. So now we just change our voice to Stan Lee. And again, this is all going to get better too. That's the caveat. I'm going to add a thing there. And now we got Stan Lee. So let's convert this now as well. Nice, it's only 600 of my characters. Yeah, I'm sure human impressions are still better. Show of hands in the chat, who thinks that this Morgan Freeman voice is more accurate than my Morgan Freeman voice? Okay, well, we know where Ava stands, at least. That's hurtful. Oh, it's done already. Let's listen.
Well, Morgan, I've always been a big fan of science fiction and adventure stories, and when I started working in the comics industry, I saw an opportunity to create characters that reflected the world around us, but also elevated it to a larger-than-life scale, where characters like Spider-Man, Hulk, and the X-Men came from. It's been incredible. Morgan, it's been a dream come true to see these characters that were created all those years ago come to life and say.
Okay, I'm starting to think that because I have the free version of this software, it only gives me up to 34 seconds, which is a little disruptive to our overall goal, but we'll work around it. So Morgan Freeman, Stan Lee, Morgan Freeman. Now Michael Jackson's our last one here. This is going to be... That one, I think that one sounded pretty accurate. And now... we got that from Michael, and we've got this from Michael, and that's all that we've got from Mr. Jackson. So let's go Michael Jackson, talking, not singing. And let's convert that. Still got 2,500 characters left, so I guess I could run some more Morgan Freeman through if we really wanted it. Why does everyone sound like they're having a stroke? Hey, it's gonna get better. Oh good, 28 seconds means we got all of it. Here we go. And here's the Michael Jackson part.
Yeah, definitely. I've always been a big fan of all different types of music, and I tried to incorporate a lot of those different styles and influences into my own work. I was also really interested in using music and performance as a way to bring people together and make a positive impact on the world. And of course, I always tried to put on a show that was visually stunning and entertaining. It's really humbling to see how my music has touched so many people and inspired so many others to create their own art, something that I'm really proud of and grateful for.
That's much better than the other ones, dude. That is much better, and it is certainly better than my impression of Michael Jackson. Oh, man. So, here's what I was thinking I was going to do. I was thinking that I was going to take all this, and I was going to piece it together in Premiere, but I don't know if with Morgan Freeman
Thank you for
this
joining
way,
me today. Let's start with you.
I don't know if it's worth the time. I don't think it's worth the time. I guess, oh, there's one thing I forgot though first, before we move on. I did want to do this. I'll make it up to you guys, because I do think that the voice is probably a little bit of a letdown for you guys. So we're going to make up for it, because here it does say, in the beginning, we did skip this key line, intro music plays. And so we're going to use another tool that I'm actually going to record my next video with as well. But this tool is called Refusion. And this is AI generated music. That's right, we're just going deeper with the AI stuff. And so I'm going to do a whole video on this, but basically this, you can type in anything that you want to hear. It can be Baroque new wave pop, or it could be chainsaw funk, or whatever you want. Funk bass line with a jazzy saxophone. Music words, or it could be like, my diaper is wet. You can type anything that you want in here. It will take that little phrase, and it will use that as inspiration to generate a 5-second long piece of music. Then after that 5 second, if you're listening to it, it will then take that 5-second piece of music and it will extrapolate it out, and it will continue to make more music off of that. And so, for example, we can do a normal one first. Lo-fi beat for the holidays. If you do this, it's going to generate a little 5-second segment. And once it does that, that's how quickly it takes. Then I hit play. And that's not half bad. got a little groove. So that's good, right? Like, and here's anger rap. What does anger rap sound like? Now, again, look, I don't want to take away from my next video, but let's type in for this Morgan Freeman podcast intro music, and let's see what it comes up with. And this is our beginning of the podcast. Oh.
Welcome to Conversations with Morgan, where we sit down with some of the most influential and interesting people of our time. Today, we have two very special guests, the legend.
Look, is it perfect? Of course not. But it is really, really impressive. And there is one thing I want to show you guys, because I didn't really... I did this in, what, 15 minutes? It took me to make that. I think there are more powerful techniques that you can use, as well as I didn't have the paid version of any of the software that's actually good. There's even better ones than what I showed. So I want to showcase someone who actually has spent the effort to do this well. I got to figure out what it's called, because I actually kind of forget. So give me 1 second to find this. Here it is, I'm pretty sure. So there's a website here called podcast.ai, and they basically do what I did. They basically do what I just did, except they make it good. They make it not like terrible. So here's Joe Rogan interviewing Steve Jobs. This is 20 minutes long. I'll just skip to some random point in the middle.
But I learned a lot more than just what they said. I was able to look at things. I was able to look at a computer and see how it was made, look at it in its entirety.
Was the Newton a product of that?
My sense of that is that I was really impressed by this. I mean,
that podcast doesn't exist. Joe Rogan did not interview Steve Jobs. So, you know, my podcast, probably not the greatest one ever, but that...
Then it was a struggle. We were working like crazy and dealing with a defeat after defeat after defeat after defeat, but I could tell this was going to be important. There were times I thought, is it possible we're wrong? Because things just kept not working.
It's not real. It's not real. It's seriously, like, so... If you get nothing out of this video, hopefully it's that. Hopefully I could have at least guided you to someone that knows what they're doing. It really does sound like a real person talking, and it's 20 minutes long. They just started doing these. They do them every week, I think. Yeah, it says every week, but they've only got 2, so they just started. Here's Lex Fridman interviewing Richard Feynman.
5 years old.
I certainly have the same passion. I don't have as much time to devote to it. That's the only difference between then and now. I can still get an enormous amount of enjoyment by trying to figure. I'm enjoying it. It's fun about life. The goal is to me, you're not having.
That is the most important part of what we do. It's not the discovery itself. It's not the fact that.
Isn't that insane? So it's not pre-recorded. It's absolutely not pre-recorded. It's all generated from scratch. So anyway, there's that. Now, we've only been streaming for an hour, so I will actually do this. I wasn't planning on doing this one today because I thought that might take longer, but we've got some time. So I'm going to, we're going to do a third segment here. We're going to hop back in with Refusion, which is really cool because I'm glad that we're going to get a chance to do this. The only thing is I don't have a really good way to do the voting, so I'll probably just have to do it manually. I was thinking through this earlier, but so if you're just joining us also, because I know some people just came in, like M. Hello, M. AI is unbelievably impressive, and now I want to go big screen for this. AI is unbelievably impressive. It is ridiculously good at this point. This website, Refusion, takes it takes what you say. You type in literally anything that you want here. It can be cowbell ballad. It can be bongos on a Havana Street. And it generates a 5-second segment of music from that. And then it will continue to extrapolate out based on what music has been, gone on up until that point. It'll continue to extrapolate that music then forever. And it makes sometimes some really, really good songs. Sometimes there's some stinkers in there. What I want to do today is I want to come up with a bunch of different songs, and we are going to rate them and hopefully find a new channel anthem. Maybe a new outro song, maybe just a new background song for music, for the videos. Who knows what the goal is here, but you know, I want to listen to some of this. It really is crazy. What do we want to type in first? Any phrase that you want. It can be a music-based thing. It can be something like, you know, a piano rock solo, or it can be something like my diaper is wet. Like it can be anything. So what do you guys want to hear? Okay, and the chat wants my diaper is wet. So I feel like we should probably start with a normal phrase first before we do this one, but we'll rock it. Ladies and gentlemen, I behold unto you the song My Diaper is Wet. Oh! That's actually good. My diaper is wet because I'm peeing myself with excitement for how good the song is. I wish I didn't say that. I'm gonna put it to the vote. I'm gonna give it to you guys to vote on now. I'm gonna put up in the chat, a little vote's gonna pop up. And you can vote. What do you rate this? What do you guys think this deserves? We'll take like sort of an average score. Sing to it. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? We're gonna give that a 3.2. 3.2 on My Diaper is Wet. Oh, it's getting funky now. All right, what's next? What do you want to hear next? I'll keep the music going while we think. Legendary movie trailer. I like that. Legendary movie trailer. Let's see. This should be epic. It should be big. It should, you know, make me swell up like a wet diaper. Not bad. What do you guys think? It does sound very similar. Not as popular. Not as popular. Gonna give it a... Oh, it's rising a little bit. It's like 2.4. Legendary movie trailer, 2.4. It's not the worst song ever, but it definitely didn't fit the description. Can you guys hear it all right? Should I turn it up? Should I turn it down? What do we think? What do we think for next here? I don't know what you're saying in the chat, if this is a suggestion or not, or if you have to go, but I'm gonna type in what you just said. The mailman is here. Oh, it's starting to lose it. Oh. Little weird part in the middle there. Ugh. Yeah, we are not a fan. Who's giving this a 4? The mailman does not sound good. I think it's like a 2. It's like a 2.1. Okay. What next? I saw somebody said, my dent is large. I've been growing my hair out. And now the dent, my hair is so long that now the dent is starting to lose its potency. Because normally it's like I have short hair, dent doesn't do anything. If I have short hair, the dent like doesn't show up. Then my hair grows out, and then the dent shows up a lot. Now my hair is getting so long, the dent's starting to recede back. You can still see it, but it's starting to not matter. Also, what is happening here with this song? Oh, I know what's happening. The mailman is here. It's growing on me. Alright, we'll do my dent is large. Man, the mailman is here had a bunch of different arcs to it. Here's my dent is large. Better. Oh. Who's giving this a 4? Guys. Half of you think this is the best song you've ever heard. I disagree that this is better than the mailman. I think that the mailman grew on me. There were some bad parts, but that last part sold it for me. This is like dead even. This is like a 2.6. 2.65. I like that, Foxy. I like taking two actual things of metal, or I like taking two actual things of music and combining them. So we'll do heavy metal and lo-fi. Let's see what heavy metal lo-fi sounds like. They all sound so similar. Let's see if we can just get something different. I like this more than whatever we were just listening to. Alright, that one is Garbo. It's like a 2-2-2. Let's just see if we can get anything different, because they all sound very similar. I'm gonna search alarm clock and just see if this gives me something funky. It's thinking. Oh, that's a dark waveform. We'll see. Oh. Ah. Dude, this makes me, like, uncomfortable. This is nails on a chalkboard. Ah! Ah, it got worse! How did it get worse? You know what? You guys have made fun of me for such a long time. Who's giving this a 4? 36% of you gave this a 4 out of 4. You know, you guys have given me such a hard time in the past. I'm gonna punish you. We're gonna listen to this. We're gonna listen to this for 5 minutes. Until 8:20, we're gonna listen to this song, and we're gonna see if it ever comes around. We're gonna give Alarm Clock a chance. I'll end this poll, and then we'll vote again at the end to see if it got better. Do not cry. There is nothing you can do about it. It's starting to find itself. You're right, Sugar. I don't like when it goes like that's not bad, but when it switches over to that's when it's bad. This is this actually sounds like an alarm clock now. Now it doesn't. It sort of reminds me of the Halo 3 flood music. Oh, it's finding itself. No. Oh, I like that. I don't know how there can be so many versions of this like droning sound. Oh, you have headphones on? I'm so sorry. Is that better? Okay, I'm starting to regret the 5-minute thing, but we have to stick it out. We got 2 minutes left. It's the longest 5 minutes of my life. You don't realize how long 5 minutes is. If this was my alarm, I would never sleep in again. Please. It's been 30 seconds since I checked last. It feels like it's been so long. We must. We made the commitment. Don't talk to me, LaCroix. If this was my alarm, I would have anxiety. Like, just constantly. Dude, how has it only been 30 seconds since I checked last time? Oh, it's abandoned the beat. Ah! Oh. Don't say beat drop. Please. Please end this torment. Hello, Star Knight. Welcome. Is that a car horn? Is that a train? I don't know what that is. Now it sounds like a train with asthma. Oh, it's over. It's over. Anything else? Anything else? Alright, I did say that we were going to vote again. So let's just see, did that grow on us? After listening to it in its entirety. It was like 30% of people voted for, and like 60% of people voted 1 last time. So let's see if it got any more support. Okay, well, I see this as an absolute win. That's an improvement. Not me vibing. Oh, man. All right, well, that grew on us. Someone give me some music words. I think that would be better. Let's do something with rap in it. Whenever there's rap, it does like this weird, like it tries to put vocals into it. Guitar rap? Guitar rap, but let's add like burrito guitar. No, that's music words, people. And not wrapping paper. Rap. Lo-fi. No, we're getting a lot of lo-fi. How do we get something that isn't lo-fi and isn't the alarm clock sound? Drum guitar rap. Let's try this. Hey Cam, welcome. All right, let's try drum guitar rap. I think if we leave it for a while, some vocals will come in. You can hear the guitar, at least. I kind of miss alarm clock. If I just search rap vocal. Wait, I guess we gotta vote on this first. Rap vocal opera. Oh. Ooh, this one's way up there. It's like a 3.5, right? 3.4? I don't know. Yeah, you guys like that. It's like a 3.4. I want to try to get like some vocals, so I'm just gonna search rap vocal opera and see if I can get some human sounds in here. Let's see. Crazy, I love this one. Gives you anxiety. This was awesome. This is what I wanted, Meki. Don't judge me, alright? Thank you. We're starting to come to our senses. Let's do one more. And I'll do it just because Simply in the chat has been so persistent. Simply so badly wants my fish just drowned. Let's do this in the last one. What did he say? And the beat hits different when the singer just goes or whatever he said in the beginning. I'm not going to do I'm a starting noob. You can do that anytime if you want to. But I would have to be a starting noob to like that. No more. I take it back. Simply, this is what you have deserved. like it anymore. Fine, I'll change it. I'll change it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a fantastic time. And I'll see you soon. Guys, that's all I got for you tonight. I really appreciate you guys being here. I do. God, I gotta turn it down. I gotta turn it down at least a little bit. But not too much. We don't want to ignore it. I've got a lot of ideas for how I can use the sort of stuff that we talked about with ChatGPT and Voxbox and, you know, Midjourney and a bunch of stuff for a lot of videos coming up in the future here. So, oh, and I did want to show you one more thing. Here's your bonus for sticking around to the end of the stream. I will show you for the podcast video. I used, if you were here in the very beginning of the stream, I used the program Midjourney, which also generated this image as my wallpaper. I used, I can't focus on the alarm clock in the background. I used Midjourney to generate the thumbnail for the video of, the video that is going to be called, like, I had made a podcast with dead people using AI, or something like that. And this is what the thumbnail is going to be, courtesy of an AI. Midjourney generated this image. If you're not convinced, I gotta turn off. I gotta turn it off. No more alarm clock. If you're not convinced that AI is gonna take over at this point, just consider that an AI made the thumbnail for this video. This was done using Midjourney, okay? And I'm gonna do a whole video on Midjourney too, but it's insane. It is absolutely absurd what AI can do these days. So anyway, for real now it's actually my goodbye. I really appreciate you guys being here with me. I hope, I don't know if I'm gonna stream before the year ends or not, because it's already the 29th. So if I don't see you guys, have a great new year. I really appreciate you guys being here. Obviously, I've been a little bit less consistent with the YouTube stuff. I've got a lot of other stuff going on and just been trying to figure out what I want to do next. But I am having a lot of fun. If you see me streaming, it's because it's something that I think is actually going to be good and because I'm enjoying myself. So I've only ever streamed because I wanted to, and it's no different now. So I really appreciate you guys, you know, giving me a reason to work hard to, you know, make it entertaining for you. So with that said, I appreciate you guys so much. I will see you very soon. Peace.